Live now, my boy.
Hello everybody. Welcome to the 9 to 5 boys.
Yeah, don't swear, not for a minute.
That's right. I was gonna say something, but never mind. What are you
Mm,
eating? What are you eating there, buddy?
burger.
Oh, that's real descriptive. Is it a burger you made or you ordered?
It's an impossible burger made by our father.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, bet.
Mm.
That's good.
So you just watched JoJo. Which episode?
I just finished the episode where they introduced the Cinderella stand.
Oh, dude. You are on the fast track for like the better half of the season, man.
Yeah, this first half has been all right. It's just been interesting. I watched an episode tonight where it was the stand. God, that's the one that steals the yen.
Oh, Harvest, yeah.
Harvest. Thank you. I was trying to remember the name.
Or Shigechi. Don't get me wrong, he's a colorful character, but he's.
He's annoying, dude.
Mhm.
Anyway, so yeah, I've just been trying to catch through JoJo. I wanted to finish. What is this called? This is what's this part called? It's
Diamond is Unbreakable.
Diamond is Unbreakable. Yeah, so I wanted to finish that by the end of last month, but I got so occupied with everything I was doing. I'm
Oh,
always out
dude.
and about. Yeah.
Once you get to this next episode, you're going to really want to continue the rest of the season, see how it plays out.
Okay, bet. Super interested to see how that goes. What's been going on in the last 2 weeks? The last 2 weeks have been kind of like eventful. So I let's see. Let's begin from the beginning of the week of the 23rd. So I went to Santa Cruz after work, and there was a show that my friends had invited me out to. It was this band opening for this other guy. It was this band they played with before called Good Boy Daisy, which they were sick. They were very cool. It was like a punk rock kind of vibe. Um,
Nice.
the whole band signed the shirt that I bought from them, so that was sick.
Like kind of
That
Blink
felt very
182
good.
like type pop punk or like more modernized?
No, it's kind of like heavier. It's kind of like Yours Truly. If you ever heard of that band, they're pretty
Uh,
cool.
yeah, okay.
Um,
I,
that
I
kind
can
of
dig it.
rock. It's kind of like a punk hard rock a little bit. But they were very cool. They were very good. And then they were opening for this guy Joe P, who's out of like New Jersey or whatever.
Mm.
And that guy was cool. He was all right. He wasn't. I don't think he was as entertaining as Good Boy Daisy for me. But he played a little bit more of a hard rock kind of thing. Kind of like some. It sounded like Nothing But Thieves or like a little bit of Royal Blood maybe. Anyway, yeah, for like comparison.
Ooh,
It
nice.
was cool, and so that was a good show. So I did have a few too many drinks. So it was we got there early. We went to Pizza My Heart for dinner, and then we went over to first we went to a record shop to hang out a little bit before they closed. Then we hung out at this bar called the Blue Lagoon, and the Blue Lagoon's really cool. They were doing a happy hour till like I think 11. They said that or 9 or 11 or something like that they said that night.
Yeah.
And so I had. There I had. So on the way up to the show, before going to the show, before my friend picked me up, I had a high noon, and then at the bar I had two tall cans of PBR, so pretty much four PBRs, and then I was drinking PBR the rest of the night, and if I counted correctly, it was like 8 or 9 PBRs I had,
That's pretty fucking good, man. Shit.
because I had quite a few at the show, and then we went back to the Blue Lagoon for another tall can after the show. But it was cool, and then I met the band for Joe P. They were sick. The bassist is cool, and the drummer's cool. Um, And then Tuesday of that week was I'm imagining it was uneventful. I don't think I did anything special. I think I probably just went. Oh, I think I went out for a drink with my buddy at a bar, and then we got food afterwards because he was hungry. And then Wednesday, what did we do Wednesday? Wednesday was eventful for what reason? Oh, I think I hung out at the practice spot, at the band's practice spot, and then we went out for. Did we go out after? I don't remember. Oh, we did. We went to Sports Page that night. That's right. So we went to a bar up in Mountain View, and that was cool because they have like a volleyball court like in the sand outside in
Mm-hmm.
their back patio,
No.
and so the guys just there were these people who were like hardcore playing, and like Rebel and Jack just jumped in and like played a bunch of games with them, which was fun. And what else happened? Thursday was the gate. that week. We were hanging out at this bar up in Belmont, um, and we were doing karaoke and just chilling. And then what was that? Oh, that Friday was. I think it was another Santa Cruz show. So I went out to Santa Cruz again, but this time it was the guys playing. So the band was playing out there. Um, and it was just okay. So this was actually a crazy story. So it was like a show in the woods or whatever. So I had like no information about the show, just coordinates to go to the show. I usually get an address for like a venue, but it was coordinates. So they there were coordinates for like where to park, and there were coordinates for like how to get to the spot. Um, Excuse me, my throat like kind of hurts. I'm still a little sick, still getting over something, which is really annoying.
Mhm.
So excuse me if I'm like making a face when I swallow. Um, but so we got out there. They were like it was dark. They were getting everything set up. They had like a generator and stuff for all the equipment. And then as soon as they got set up, the cops rolled up and shut down the show.
That's fucked
And
up.
the cops were cool though. They at least were like, hey, just like gather all your stuff. We'll escort you down. And they were like, you know what? We'll give you one song. We'll give you one song to play, and then you guys have to leave. So the first band that was opening played their song, and it was a cover song. They killed it. And then uh um and then after that we went out to the bar and we met up with a bunch of people inherently that we hadn't seen in like a long time. So that was nice. It was a big crowd of people. We were hanging out. It was the Blue Lagoon again. We hung out there. And then we went next door to this place. What was it called? I'll have to look up the name. I can't remember it for the life of me. But so that was cool. And then that Saturday, what did I do that Saturday? Oh, that Saturday. So that Saturday, I had a day show in the city with my buddy, which was cool. We went to this place called Jerry Garcia Amphitheater, and so we got there a little late, so we missed the first band. But we saw these people, this funk band called Cardboard People, which they were cool. And then we saw next it was this punk funk band called Juice Bumps, which like they were cool. They had a very interesting stage presence, but it was and very interesting music, a little experimental, but it was cool. And then we saw I know this band Mild Universe. I've seen them play before in the city. Um, they're super cool. And then we saw uh, then it was the closer was Analog Dog. That's right.
Nice.
And they're this cool funk band. Yeah, they're pretty chill. They're really cool. The lead singer's cool. I got to talk to the guy. Austin is his name. Really nice guy. And then after that show, so like we drove to go get food, and then I stayed up in the city. So my friend drove me, and so I stayed up in the city because I was going to this thing at my friend's bar later that night. And it was like some Halloween event, which was cool because it was just Halloween. Happy Halloween to all the viewers. Happy belated, I guess. We're recording this on Dia de los Muertos, so happy Dia de los Muertos. Cheers to that.
Oh, cheers to that. I did not know it was the Day of the Dead, man. Shit.
Yeah, November 2nd. So the bar was cool. So to kill the time, I had like 3 hours to kill. After my friend had like left, he wanted to drive home before daylight um, ended, and so um, I hung out at this bar called Rye for like 3 hours. I had 3 drinks there,
Nice.
and then my friends finally showed up, and then we went over to the bar to my friend's event, and she hooked it up. We got like free shots, so like I had like 4 shots, which was cool. And then what else? And we were just kind of like dancing the night away. We went to this like pizza place that was open till like 3 a.m. So we went there twice to get slices
Hell
because
yeah.
we'd be in the bar, we'd be dancing, we'd be having a couple drinks, then we'd step out to get some air. We'd go get pizza, and we'd come back, dance some more, step out, and then we'd go get pizza, and then we came back, danced some more, and then we ended the night. And it was like 1 in the morning, 1:15, 1:30 maybe honestly. Then we like decided to cut, and so we left. Each of those nights, it was like that. It was that Thursday night, that Friday night, and that Saturday night. I didn't get back home until like 2, 3 in the morning. We were staying out late, and then Sunday was nice and calm. Just like did some laundry, hung out with my buddy, We watched Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nice.
And then we caught up on Loki first, which Loki has been sick, by the way. I don't know if you've been watching the new season.
No, I've been holding out for our sister to come back home, and then we start watching that together.
Not bad. That's real.
Yeah.
And so we caught up on that, and then we watched Nightmare Before Christmas, and then this last Monday, what did I end up doing? Monday just chilled with my girl and her parents. We had dinner. We were hanging out, and then Tuesday it was Halloween, so we ordered food in. We stayed in and we watched Halloween, the original, the 1978 version, which I'd never seen before, which was actually like pretty sick. That was crazy. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, with a young Jamie Lee Curtis too.
Yeah, it was her breakout role apparently.
Yeah.
I did not know that. And she was great in it. Yeah, she was so young, and it was really cool. It was actually really scary. It was actually pretty scary. I was like pretty surprised.
Well, yeah, because it was like one of those horror films that had such a major impact in like the slasher genre.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely, yeah, because I mean, didn't it spark the whole slasher genre, or was that maybe Texas Chainsaw did that? I don't remember.
I think.
Um,
Oh God, now I got to look up the history because I think those two came out around roughly the same time, and
I
then
think so, man. Yeah.
and then obviously like Friday the 13th after that, and then Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, it kind of just like defined the whole like supernatural like slasher genre.
Yeah, totally. And
Yeah.
it was very cool. And also, Michael can't die for some reason. He like
Yeah.
cannot die.
They kind of have a heavy influence on like that he is a force of pure evil, that he is in a sense like beyond human because of that. In fact,
Yeah, they made that.
in the credits they actually identify him as the Shape. Like the actor who plays him, they identify him as the Shape, not even by his name, Michael Myers.
Oh wow!
Just to further cement that force.
Yeah, totally. And
Yeah.
then that's crazy. And so last night was cool. So we went to S27. So S27 viewers, it's this place in San Jose. It's lovely. It's a nice little brewery, ale house, whatever you want to call it. They are closing for business on November 30th, and we are sad to see it. They just, for cost reasons, for whatever it may be, I'm sure it's just the cost of renting that space in the Bay Area. It's just too much for them, and they can't maintain the lights, they can't maintain business, and we're sad to see them go. So we are trying to enjoy as many of the Bring Your Own Vinyl lights each Wednesday as best we can. So me and some friends have been trying to go out there, and so actually it was really nice because there was a patron I had met there, this guy named V, who I met him months ago, like maybe over a year ago, at S27 because he would come frequently to bring his records, and he's got like an extensive collection. He's even got like a really cool case for his records, and I haven't seen him in months because he just hasn't. He's been busy. I guess he hasn't been able to make it out. But I just got to see him for the first time last night, so we caught up and stuff, and that was really nice and good to hear from him and how he's still collecting records and stuff and going to different record swaps. But yeah, so we went there last night, and then afterwards, me and my girl and our friend, we went to go see Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh my God! Tell me about that movie. Is it good?
So, like, actually, I will say it was a pretty enjoyable experience. It was entertaining. So the main story is not so much the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's, which apparently is convoluted. I haven't kept up with it in years. I remember watching the old game theories about it, but
Yeah.
when it was like huge back in like, oh my god, almost 10 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was cool. So Josh Hutcherson was like pretty good in it. He was doing fine. Um, it was really cool. It was very. I liked the animatronics. I liked the way they moved. I liked the designs. I thought it was like great. Um, yeah, the story is pretty solid. Excuse me. So it was cool. It was enjoyable. It was certainly lacking. It like wasn't fantastic. Um, but then when some of the action goes down, it's kind of crazy. It is kind of that jump scare type of shit that
Yeah,
you're used to in the game,
yeah, I was gonna say like the game.
which is kind of expected. Yeah. So it's like I mean, it wasn't particularly scary per se. I wasn't really freaked out that much. It was just kind of like, well, it's just it doesn't take itself seriously, which I think is the good thing. Like Matt Pat's in there, and he slips in the line. That's just a theory though, and like,
That's fucking incredible, man.
yeah,
God.
it was funny. It was, and apparently Markiplier was supposed to be in it, but there were scheduling conflicts with his movie.
Wait, he's gonna be in a movie?
He was making some movie called, I don't follow him very well, so don't quote me on
Huh.
this, but it's a movie called Iron Lung. I don't know what it's about. But I think he's a good content creator from what I can tell, so I'd be curious to see it. Um,
I mean, knowing him, he would actually like be very intensive on taking like acting lessons to like really deliver a great performance.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, so what's it? Um, so yeah, it was fine. It was a fine movie. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like great.
Yeah.
It was definitely just fun. It's a fun movie. Um, I don't know if seeing it in theaters is worth it. It depends on what you're doing. I mean, you've got the subscription thing for your theater, right? Your
Yeah, so
theater
I might
chain.
just use the free ticket that I've been sitting on just to go see Five Nights at Freddy's, but it
Yeah, why
it
not? Just use it on that, and like it's enjoyable in the theaters for sure.
yeah. The
Um,
only thing I would feel bad about is that Matthew Lillard does not get paid by me directly, so that's the only thing I would feel bad about.
that's right.
The
But it
boy.
did. But the boy, exactly. Shaggy and what's his character's name from Scream? Stu, maybe.
Yeah, and then don't forget the best FBI agent of TV history of all time, Luke Gershon. He's
Luke.
he's a character in the TV show Bosch.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, does he? Wait, does Matthew Lillard
yeah, he
play
plays
him?
an FBI agent who's undercover as like a strip club owner in Vegas. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah,
Um,
but he's
that's
so
very.
funny in the show. Like
Yeah.
he's got this like quirky kind of like wisecrackiness to him. Like it's fucking great.
Uh
Yeah, like
huh.
he's one of the best characters in the series.
No, that's real. Um, yeah. So the movie was fun. I definitely say check it out. It's worth a watch, I'd say. Um, but yeah. That's been my week. What's your week been like, man? Or your last 2 weeks, I should say.
My last 2 weeks. Yeah. So last time we were set to do this podcast, we couldn't because I had D&D plans with my
That's right.
friends that time, and we didn't actually end up doing the main campaign that we've been doing, which is our friend Dallin's campaign in the island of Cathend, this dragonborn island that like our adventurers are on, doing this thing, and instead we did actually a startup to one of our other friends' campaigns, Brady, his campaign called something like Wings Over Plagued Land or something like that. I'll put it in post what the actual title of the campaign is, but basically, uh, uh, a plague affects this like great land, and these four different orders are existing around the same time to try and deal with it, but to no avail. So our adventurers have to go and find a cure while dealing with the politics of these different orders, as well as like any threats and monsters and whatnot that lurk by.
That's rad. I'm doing
Yeah.
actually a D&D campaign this Saturday. It's a continuation of the one we've been doing. We just did an arena last week, or not last week, but last month. It took forever. Anyway, so that's sweet, dude. I'm glad that you're able to play weekly. I miss the days of high school when we were doing that. We do the weekly D&D games every Saturday. We'd get pizza,
Yeah.
no girlfriends, no commitments or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially with our DMs that we're working with now, because Dallin and Brady like have proven themselves to be like incredibly skilled DMs. Like Brady,
Hmm.
even though I don't think he's had much experience DMing, he's like fucking fantastic. He's so good. But Dallin, he's definitely wanted to work on this campaign for a while, the Island of Cathen, and he is
Uh-huh.
doing a fantastic job. It is just such an enveloping experience. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. We love to see it.
Yeah. And other than that, nothing really much in my past 2 weeks except like work and doing some minor chores, tackling some things.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Oh, for Halloween though, I did actually do what I set out to do, which was watch a couple horror movies because I'm too old for trick or fucking treating. So of course I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
horror
you are a bit,
movies.
bit too old for that. Yeah.
So I watched VHS 1 and 2 because I haven't seen those in forever, and they still hold up. They're still some of the best analog found footage horror films ever fucking made.
Wow.
Like, the first one, I definitely dig more than the second one. The second one is good, but it's only good for one segment, which I forget the name of it, but I have it pulled up. Let's see. Safe Haven, that fucking segment. Jesus Christ, what a trip.
Hmm.
Basically, it's like the series is like a bunch of like found footage films that like
Hmm.
are played by the main characters in the story. Like, you know, they have a situation, they go to investigate, and then they find these tapes and nothing but like a bunch of TV screens. So they're like, there's nothing but a bunch of tapes. Why don't we just put one in and see what's on it? And then each of these tapes play in the movie as like a side story that's like different
Hmm.
like little horror films like put together into one full length movie.
Oh, interesting. So it's little stories within one big story.
Exactly. It's like consuming 5 Black Mirror episodes in like the course of an hour and a half.
Oh gosh. Oh
Yeah,
geez, that sounds like a lot, but
yeah, and Safe Haven was definitely a good one because that one follows like a cult in Indonesia being you know, analyzed for a documentary. You know, like one of
uh-huh.
those types you see on like Vice and whatnot. And it
Totally,
turns
yeah.
out
Lost
what
Tribe in Amazon, yeah.
exactly, or like a drug war
Whoa.
in you know, Detroit or some shit.
Yeah. Like they did this one Vice video of like a guy going on like a drug trafficking run. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So same idea, but it turns out this crackpot cult is actually not too far off from what they're believing in because they actually summon the Antichrist.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Jesus.
And literally, like their cult just like offs themselves like Jim Jones style, but they also come back as
Mm.
ghouls at the same time because they basically awaken, you know, the devil.
Uh-huh. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's one of the best produced like you know shorts they have in the entire film. VHS 2, it's fucking phenomenal. It's my
Uh,
favorite one. Probably tells a lot about me, but definitely in the first movie though, I can't get over the first little like film they have, Amateur Night, because that, oh my god, it's like layers to that one. It's like insane. But basically, in Amateur Night, these 3 guys are trying to film like an
yeah,
amateur
tell me.
porno by having like their
Oh,
friend wear
okay.
like camera, you know, spy glasses.
Uh-huh.
And the night is going pretty well until like a mysterious girl like wanders into their group and doesn't really say much, but is definitely attracted to one of the guys. And then things turn for worse when she reveals to actually be a succubus. So like spreads fucking wings and clawed feet and
Oh.
literally split going down the face. Like it's just intense.
Whoa, that's crazy.
But it's almost heartbreaking because she genuinely actually likes one of these guys and like he rejects her because obviously how do you fucking deal with a monster that just killed your 2 best friends?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, so sorry, I probably should just put spoiler warnings for any of this, but you know, if you haven't seen VHS, I mean, like, what are you doing with your
Since
life?
you're not prioritizing, obviously, and I haven't seen it either, and I'm not really particular. I might check it out though now, based on the recommendation, obviously.
Definitely the first one
Yeah.
for sure. Like, you have to look at it from the lens though that most of these guys in the films are total fucking douchebags who kind of deserve exactly what's coming to them.
Right. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, there's very few who are actually redeemable. So, but one of the funnier ones is, and this is in the first movie. It's a short film called Tuesday the 17th, and it's a joke on the Friday the 13th franchise because it literally plays out exactly like Friday the 13th.
Oh, that's cool.
A
Okay,
bunch of
sweet.
teens or 20 somethings go to a lake and they get fucking murked by this killer in the woods. But yeah, and then the next day, November 1st, I saw because I had time. I rewatched Saint Maud, and it's fucking phenomenal. It's a great fucking movie.
Let's say mod.
Basically, a heavily religious nurse gets a second chance after you know having to leave her previous job for suffering a traumatic experience.
Uh
Gets a second chance becoming a caretaker for a woman dying of cancer, and thinks that because this woman is an atheist, that her goal by God is to save this woman's soul before she dies by converting
mhm.
her to a true believer.
Oh wow.
And it's a short film too. It's only like an hour and 24 minutes. It doesn't even break the hour 30 mark, but it's phenomenal. It's an A24 film. It's psychological horror. It's so well done. Like,
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
it's a great exploration into how religion can be a tool for those who need it, who genuinely need it, but if viewed through the wrong lens and mindset, it can be the worst kind of weapon you can wield.
Uh-huh. Totally,
Yeah.
yeah. It's that double-edged sword that I always talk about. Yeah.
Exactly. Plus, it features one of my favorite artists and poets of all time, William Blake, in the story, and it's perfect.
He's the one who has all that gothic art, right?
Yeah, it kind of has like a gothic Judeo-Christian art aspect to it. His whole style is like creating all this religious art with attention and detail to like muscles and everything on his figures. But he pretty much preaches the idea of rejecting like modern religion. He finds it as like a blade that's like, you know, kind of cut more people down than actually have helped. So in his whole life, he pretty much did all this art and this poetry to build his own Bible, his own religion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's quite the artwork, man. It's like it hits hard. It slaps.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll check it out. I think I've seen you posted some of it on Twitter.
Yeah. And then one of his poems was actually featured in like a car commercial too, out of all places.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was oh god, Tiger Tiger Burning Bright. That's the one. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so far my past 2 weeks have been pretty eventful. I've been actually catching up on movies that I've been wanting to see. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could do that. I go out too often, so like I don't get to stay at home and watch content. That's why I'm like just barely getting through JoJo here.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Well, I got after this work week, I got like the next 5 days off if I don't get called in, so I'll probably burn through my entire movie list on Netflix and fucking Amazon Prime.
God, I can't wait to have 5 days off in a row. Well, I mean that's gonna be the trip we're taking, the UK. So
yeah, dude, I'm gonna be so filled in my brain with movies. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
the Piper Perry of film.
Just consuming film.
Exactly.
Like she consumes black dick.
Sucking down films like it's black cock.
Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, what else? What's been going on? Matthew Perry died.
Oh my god, dude, the fucking timing on that. We literally talked about Friends. Literally the day before.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, and probably the worst context. We basically blame Friends for like the constant horniness of people online.
No, for real, dude. It is kind of still them to blame, but rip Matthew Perry, R.I.P. the boy.
R.I.P.
And it sucks too because he just got sober and stuff, and was like, man.
I know, it's worst fucking timing, man. Well, unironically, cheers to Matthew Perry.
To Matthew Perry, but obviously
Perry.
He couldn't have this.
Yeah, we're sorry, Matthew, but shit happens.
I mean, in a jacuzzi, he drowned in his jacuzzi, right?
Yeah, yeah, he drowned in his jacuzzi. Yeah, like, God, so sad. Yeah,
horrendous.
And then more Elon news. Like, Elon's just been driving Twitter into the fucking ground. It's hilarious.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Are you still on Twitter?
I am.
Okay, you're just like the last one aboard, the captain of the ship.
I'm watching it fall, man. I'm curious. It's really the content moderation is odd. I get a lot of weird stuff on my For You now that they have that page.
You get Nationalist Socialist Party of Germany type shit or no?
No. I mean, no. Luckily.
Sorry, you froze. Oh God, okay. Don't worry. In that time that you were gone, I managed to respond to an email to our friend Chris's father. So fucked up the first time. And
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Fucked up the first time and said tomorrow instead of Saturday. So there's that.
Oh well, it's fine.
Yeah. Anyways, no, in the world of Elon Musk, fucking dude, he managed to borrow most of the money from like a few different banks when he purchased Twitter all that long time ago. Banks, when they loan money like that, they want a return on their investment. They kind of
Yeah.
just accepted the fact that they are not getting that money back, and they're just currently trying to sell the debt to someone else, but they can't, so they're just holding on to it, and it's screwing them royally.
Oh Jesus, dude, that's horrible.
So he basically put the nail in the coffin in him being a decent businessman that banks should trust. He fucked that up completely. Like, it is
Yeah, he
insane.
did.
I love it. I love to see it.
We love to see the fall of an arrogant Musk.
Yeah, I love to see the fall of an arrogant fucking bully like that. Like, Jesus Christ, what a fucking douchebag.
Yeah, he is. He's a bad human being, no matter how you try to spin it.
Yeah, and he wants to fight Zuckerberg again.
Oh, he's trying to do that again?
Yeah, he's trying to do that again, so that's funny.
Even after he pussied out the first time?
Yeah, 100%. He said it on a Joe Rogan podcast. It would be really fucking funny if, or it really would have been fucking funny if if Joe Rogan had Zuckerberg actually like behind the curtain or something. It's like, oh, you want to fight him anywhere, anytime? Well, how about here, right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd have been sick.
Oh, that would have been fucking great, but yeah, no. God, what a bad dude. And he's just alienating more and more people every day. Even his, like, closest, like, sycophants, they're getting tired of him.
Yeah, no, for real. They're seeing the light, as they should.
Yeah, so I doubt he'll actually own Twitter by, 2024, so, yeah.
Yeah, he'll have to figure out what to do with it and sell it probably, or take an L of 44, what was it, 44 billion?
$44 billion. Keep in mind,
That's
viewers,
crazy.
that's a lot of fucking money. $44 billion.
Yeah.
God, he literally could have, like, ended, like, world hunger with that money. He really could have, but he didn't.
But he bought Twitter instead.
He fucking bought a useless website that was running just fine until he fucking stepped in and broke everything.
Yeah.
God, it's fucked. It's fucked. I mean...
Crazy. I mean, there were so many layoffs at the beginning, dude. He lost so many of his, like, of his team just because he fired him and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, and it's just, like, being held together with, like, staples, duct tape, whatever you want to... it's insane. It's
The community notes feature has been probably one of the most fun, though. That's been hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, seeing people be owned and stuff by like the corrections and shit.
Yeah, I get that. That's
even like some
weird.
bullshit that he fucking like replies to and stuff. He's so weird in his comments, dude.
Yeah, no, literally
So
his
weird.
own community notes will fucking correct him on the misinformation that he's spreading. It's fucking... It's gold. It's pure
Cherry on top,
fucking
dude.
gold.
I
God.
love to see it.
Yeah. No, it's insane. And apparently Biden, I guess, like, put a bill into legislation trying to curb, all the AI shit that's been getting out of hand.
Oh, I didn't hear about this. What did he do?
He basically put a bill in that, like, would put, like, a limitation on how far AI can go with, like, information and whatnot, absorbing it and recreating it. So,
Oh wow.
which is great because AI is getting real scary right now. So, I mean, it's, like, most of it's useless, at least Chat GTP, but, like, in terms of, like, the audio duplication and some of the AI generated art, it's still definitely very impressive and it's terrifying at the same time.
It's dangerous too. It's like people they make fake stuff and people are like, oh, we think this is real. So it's like, do you do deepfakes and stuff? The deepfakes are getting really hard to tell. And so it's like people can easily get fooled by that. And so, it's like it's something that Guy Debord once said. In a topsy turvy world, the truth is a moment of the false. And so when you have all this uncanny valley shit going around, it's like it's a little dangerous. And like it's funny when it's like the gaming videos and stuff.
Yeah, no, when it's the president's playing video games or like playing
Like Minecraft together or some shit. Like I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, or like, SpongeBob characters singing various popular songs. Like it's funny as hell, but like if it's like, getting a famous person
And
to
then
say the N-word.
doing the fucking raps and stuff too. I forgot about that.
Oh wait, what? Sorry.
The SpongeBob TikTok raps, dude, have been hilarious
Oh,
with the AI stuff.
Dude, I haven't seen that because I'm not on TikTok.
But go on.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it'd be kind of terrifying if, like, you had, like, AI generated voices of celebrities or something saying the N word or just doing heinous, terrible things. Or even
Yeah, yeah.
news anchors just, like, spreading misinformation. Like, it sounds too, real, which is a
Someone
problem.
makes like a someone makes a script with GPT or whatever AI model, right, and just gives it to the news anchor. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah. Although it's great now because the whole bill thing, but also like there is a company that also is making art and like text and everything that's like infected with code that if taken actually by an AI to absorb, understand, and try and recreate it, it actually screws up the AI's ability to recognize what it's taking in, so it makes it completely dumb and useless.
Wow.
So literally, it's like putting a Trojan horse inside of like an AI program like Chat GTP. So it's like fucking phenomenal. It's great.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Yeah, we're really just trying to kill AI, which is great. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the pornography has been great, but like it's getting out of hand.
It's getting a little nuts, and like it's dangerous. It's like all the sci-fi movies have warned us. Why have we not followed that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's all right there. All the scenarios are played out. It's like it's not. None of them are good.
yeah, none of them are good, and it's just insane that people like keep abusing this type of stuff. So, but granted, we
Yeah,
let it happen by thinking it was funny, like at first with the whole Dali like image generator.
which was funny. That shit was hilarious. I
Oh, it
will
was
stand by that.
great. Fucking Ricky Berwick, as on trail cam footage, that was like the peak moment of comedy. Like it was fucking great.
Fucking hilarious. I love those early images. Those were funny.
Yeah.
They
Oh
were
my god.
very. That's where it should stay. It should just be for funny stuff. It should just be for cracking jokes. It
Not
shouldn't be taken
for
seriously.
malice intent. Like what the fuck, man? Like god damn it.
To spread misinformation and trick populace into thinking people say one thing when they don't.
Yeah, that's literally the plot of the movie Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning, like part one. And
Yeah, yeah.
fucking Joe Biden actually saw that movie just before he put this bill in place, and he was quoted as saying, "Oh, that's scary. We should do something about it."
You know, that's a place to get that sort of warning from. I guess art imitates life, right? So like,
Yeah, no, Joe Biden should honestly watch more science fiction movies. He would definitely put a lot more things into place.
yeah,
Oh
no, for
man,
real.
guys, you ever seen this movie Terminator 2? Oh my god.
Imagine he like watches Dracula and he's like, guys, we need to like get every American garlic. Like what I mean, like, that's so funny. Yeah, no, it's I mean, yeah, it is kind of funny that like he's just like he saw that movie and he's like, oh shit, I'm the president. I could do something about AI, and like,
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think that's something that like many people are gonna like argue against. I would dare to see like a Republican try to argue against that. It's like, no, we need these things in place to spread misinformation. It's like, well, you're just kind of showing your ass. I mean, like, dude.
yeah, like it's I think that's a pretty partisan issue.
Yeah, because it's if they were
Bipartisan, is that the word?
bipartisan, yeah. Because I swear to God, if anyone in that position of power was smart, they would immediately see it's like, well, if this stuff can imitate anyone, it can imitate me, and that's not good for me because I need to save face to some degree, so I can't let AI run around and make me say or do things that is not true.
Make me say I shit my pants or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Exactly, or AI generating Matt Gates' voice confessing to the shit that he does, which is fuck underage girls apparently.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Florida
I'm
man at his
trying.
finest. Fucking Christ.
Florida man at his finest is a pedophile.
Yeah. Or just an absolutely like angry motherfucker like Ron DeSantis. Like that fucking short ass motherfucker. Fucking short ass with a short fuse, man. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. Short ass with a short fuse. That's
Yeah.
right, dude. Um, apparently, Laura. This is off topic, but Laura Boebert was like getting frisky at that Beetlejuice musical. I think we talked about this.
Yeah, Lauren Beetlejuice Bobert, like fucking fucking giving a hand job and getting her titty whipped out at a fucking, live stage
At a
play.
a packed theater, a public event.
Yeah,
Like,
and then
why?
ripping fat fucking clouds like next to a pregnant woman. Like Jesus Christ. Like
And that reminds me of that meme where it's like, um, when I be vaping, people be like, "Don't blow smoke on my baby." I'm like, first of all, bitch, it's not smoke, it's some other shit. And like, that shit cracks me up. That's like so funny.
One of the funniest ones is just like that exact quote in text, but it's over like a smiling picture of Kyle Rittenhouse. Like it's the funniest fucking
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Ugh, I love
hilarious.
it. It's such a good fucking
Because he has nothing to do with any of that scenario. I
no.
doubt he's already a loser. He doesn't need more.
Oh, he's a loser who definitely vapes. Like let's be real here.
That's probably true. He probably vapes.
Yeah, he vapes and
He
makes
probably
TikToks,
USB. Yep, he vapes and makes TikToks.
which is embarrassing because he did like a fairly bad thing, and then because I haven't read into the whole like thing about the case, but from my
It's
understanding,
very
it sounds like he did a very very bad thing.
yeah. That was like not okay, and then he got away with it too. And he
Yeah,
faked
he
pride.
got away with stone cold murder. You know, like
Yeah,
yeah, and he's just
that's
out
what
here
you
filming
do, I guess.
TikToks, looking like literally every single pig on like a barbecue sign in the South. Tell me he doesn't look like one of those smiling fucking pigs in an apron on a barbecue sign in like Nashville.
Oh, the cartoon pigs outside of like a barbecue shop. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
he's
That's right, dude.
yeah.
That's
See,
spot on, dude.
oh god. And then we got the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. This fucking guy, like, what a character, man.
So they did elect somebody. Okay.
Yeah, like he seems like a good guy at first glance until you really look over his history in politics and like what he stands for, and it's some pretty heinous shit.
Oh, geez, what did he do?
Well, he voted against the bill, which was the whole legalizing gay marriage thing. He voted against that and was quoted saying that homosexuality is on the same level as bestiality. So
Oh, that's not good.
no, and he has also been quoted saying that like, oh, everyone asks what my stances are, what my policies and beliefs are. It's like, well, the good book, everything in the Bible, I stand for. I was like,
Oh
oh,
wow.
okay, one of those guys. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how it be, dude.
Yeah, someone who hates gays but won't actually take the straight advice from the Bible of just like rejecting all shellfish and pork, and then letting your wife leave once a month when she's having her thing, and then come back and sacrifice two doves in front of a priest because that's apparently a thing in the Bible that you have to do.
Yeah, apparently, dude.
Yeah, none of that shit, just the gay shit.
It's the gay shit that's like,
It's the gay shit
not
that's a problem
yeah.
in his life, apparently, when he has no gay friends, as far as I know. He doesn't know any gay people. Like, what the fuck?
He probably wouldn't if they were gay. They wouldn't be open.
Yeah, no. Like, not around him, that's for damn sure.
That's
Fucking
horrendous, man.
Christ.
This country is something else, dude. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's. I hope one day people can laugh and realize how ridiculous this is and how kind of cartoonishly evil it is. Like the people we have in Congress.
Yeah, I wish, but I highly doubt that. It's just, it's a
I don't think
constant.
things are gonna improve. I don't think things are. I think we're on a downward spiral here, boys.
Yeah, I'm not even that drunk, and I
I
feel like
was
my brain is just, like, rotting from just, like, trying to retell all this crazy-ass information that doesn't
I
seem
was
real, but it
I was
is.
reading about it, dude, and it's like, well, that wasn't my girl and I were talking about it. She was telling us that like there were low numbers in Halloween trick or treaters this year because people don't feel safe. It's- you
God.
know,
That's tragically accurate because there was that fucking shooting in Maine, like literally not too long before Halloween. So like,
and then like apparently there was a story around here that someone gave like edibles to kids.
wait, actually, it wasn't one of those joke like articles. Like someone
It wasn't
actually,
one of those like articles. It was like where someone quote tweets it and is like, "Ha ha ha! No one would ever do that." And then like someone did it this year, and like there's always at least one person who has to do it. Like someone gets the twisted idea and they're like, "Oh, that'd be really funny," and they give drugs to kids, and like that's like I like weed, but like don't
yeah,
give it to small children. They can't handle
no,
that.
no,
That's like not. It's not. It's not consenting. You're not giving them. They're not knowledgeable of what they're getting. So like when they start getting high, they probably freak out, dude.
yeah, which is the worst. Like, okay, like don't get me wrong. everyone should try that kind of thing at one point in their lives, but like know damn well what you're getting into, and then know that you are
If
taking it
if you
yourself.
if you want to try it, you have every right to do anything. I'm a big believer in like you have a right to do whatever you want with your body. It's your autonomy. Just know like the consequences. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
like smoking, like drinking in excess, right? It's like you are free to do that, man, but you should
yeah,
know what you're doing to yourself. Anyway, so like with weed, it's like it is. People are always like, I see this stuff on Twitter and like on the internet. People are like, "Oh, it's not bad for you." It's like, but they get so these memes they create about them, they sound so obsessive about it, and it's like just you like the language they use is very just addictive. But anyway, so like you know this you should not be giving children unknowingly a drug, and like it's like that's just not okay.
yeah, because
Don't fucking do.
that's morally wrong on two reasons. One, you're giving small children drugs, which is just wrong on every level. I don't even have to fucking explain it to you on why that's bad. Unless if it's prescription, in which a doctor actually like analyzes a child and be like, okay, they have ADHD, maybe give them some Ritalin or something.
If they need like if they have like a physical health issue and like they get a prescription from a doctor, like giving them a psychoactive substance that provides an alteration of perception when they already are developing their perception and not knowing the brain isn't fully developed. Don't give these kids. That's just bad. That's just
Yeah,
bad. And it's like it's really dangerous and can scar them and can really break them
yeah.
eventually.
And this is the
Like
second
create
and
brain.
most important reason why you don't do shit like that. It's because you are drugging someone where they are unknowingly taking something that they don't know is a drug. Like, that
Right.
is the worst fucking thing you can do.
Because
It's
it's like
like
they don't when they start getting high, they don't know why they're getting high. They don't know what's going on.
it's like giving someone like our age a tab of acid and you don't tell them that it's fucking acid. Like you slip it into their drink or something and then they take it.
Hmm.
Like that is the worst thing you can ever do.
Yeah, it is the worst thing you could ever do.
Oh my god. Like,
It really messes with their mind. It really can make them feel like they're going crazy.
and then last but not least, because one fucking guy goes out there and actually does what one of the joke articles says, or like
Yeah.
obsessive fears that weird parents have over like kids getting drugged in their
Well,
Halloween
probably
candy.
the person who did it, whoever it may be, like whether it be of any gender, like the person who did it, they probably did it because they got the idea from that. They're like, oh, that'd be really funny.
Yeah, but then it creates a weird feedback loop because it takes one to actually happen to get verified by multiple sources that this actually happened, and then it reaffirms this pre-existing fear that had no basis in reality until now.
There's no point being there because like
Yeah, because no normal person is gonna spend like probably $200 on enough gummies to like actually give to like a handful of kids.
yeah, and like you just it's not. Why would you think that's a good thing to do? And like why would you think
Yeah,
that's like okay? Like if you're an avid user or something like I'm sure it probably wasn't an avid user who was doing it because they're smarter. They're like, oh, maybe they weren't. I don't know. It's it's I really don't know who the culprit was. I'm sure they're trying to figure that out still.
probably.
Because that's like endangerment. You know what I mean? Like, did you hear about that? Speaking of endangerment of like lives, did you hear about the pilot who like went crazy last week, dude?
Oh yeah. So the articles report that he took like mushrooms, which I have no doubt that he did, but like he probably did it
It
like
was
two.
48. It was 48 hours before he did the event. So like the guy
Yeah,
had a history. He just lost a friend recently, and then took mushrooms and probably like had a really introspective trip that like almost teetered him on the point of like no return.
yeah,
And so like he probably wasn't doing so hot when he did all that shit. But he wasn't. I don't think he was actively tripping when he did it. Of course, he just like his mind was broken after doing the trip,
yeah, because
or was worth. I would say because it was already like kind of like damaged.
it doesn't stay in your system for that fucking long. And two,
No.
based on his experience taking the mushrooms, he might not have actually slept for like 36 hours until he actually
Maybe.
got on the fucking plane. And keep in mind, doing post, mushroom high trip and then not sleeping for a long period of time like that, it's really gonna fuck your mind up. Like,
It has the potential to induce psychosis, and
yeah, so he was
it's
not
not
on
good.
mushrooms. Get that straight, viewers. He was not on mushrooms when he was
But
on the
he
plane.
had taken them, which had obviously impacted his already vulnerable mental state. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because that is a possible side effect. It just depends on the user. Uh, and
it really
yeah,
does because like you can teeter kind of on that point where you're like, oh shit, am I losing my mind? because it gets very interesting. But be careful with it. You can always take more. You can never take less. Always keep that in mind, kids. If you're gonna do drugs, do it safely.
Yeah, and then he got in trouble with viewers for trying to kill everyone on an airplane. He's being charged with like 83 counts of murder.
83 counts of attempted murder because he was like
Yeah.
messing with the controls and like what was he? He was like gonna open up the airlock stuff.
Oh, he
the
tried to
Mexico-
activate like the fire extinguishing system to like bring the plane down or something. Like it was insane.
Jesus Christ. I hope that
Yeah.
man gets the help.
I hope he gets the help he needs, but he's got to dodge like 83 charges of attempted murder though. So I mean, I hope he's Neo from the Matrix.
Yeah, it's definitely. And he was saying he was like, according to eyewitness accounts, he was saying like he's not well and stuff. But
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to be not well when you decided to just bring down a whole fucking airplane. So yeah,
yeah,
yeah, not crazy stuff, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else is going on in the world. It's been kind of dead, honestly.
Well, it's been all the Israel and Palestine stuff, and we all know how that's going.
Yeah, it's honestly a little too depressing for me to try and keep up with all that stuff. So I don't actually know any new news. I don't even know where like the rest of the world stands on like probably
It's
how
more
they
of the
view
same.
it, Israel versus Palestine, which is like no one should be fighting. Period. Just kind of come to a peaceful resolution. Like fuck.
Yeah, it's like this. You all have the same goals. It's complicated. It's complicated, but it is still tragic. It's more of the same. Bombings and etc. and
Yeah,
hostages being held and etc. Some being released. Yeah, it's hard. But anyway, on that note, I think we should end it here. Maybe.
I think so. I think so. I'm starting to ramble. Either I'm both buzzed or tired or both. I'm just
Well,
I'm not in it today.
and that is what we do on the 9 to 5 boys after the 9 to 5. Y'all have a great week, great day, great night, great morning, whenever you're watching this. Great holiday if you're catching up towards the holidays. Who knows? But anyway,
Yeah.
y'all have a great night. This has been the 9 to 5 boys.
And we hope
Clock
y'all
out.
had a great Halloween, and we will see you in the next episode, hopefully next Thursday.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, 9 to 5 boys out. Ka-chink!